we are hopeful that it will be a sulfide body and that it will contain a lot of nickel and copper. So it's a great target. We're very much looking forward to drilling it, and we expect that drilling will start in mid-June.
Hello and welcome to Assay TV. Today we're in discussion with Brad Underwood, who is Chairman and Managing Director of Galileo Mining. Galileo is an ASX listed junior mining company focused on the discovery of base metals in Western Australia. Brad, welcome.
Thanks, Adam. It's great to be here.
Now, the company's been exploring for some large-scale nickel-copper-cobalt deposits, and could you quickly give us an overview of the assets?
Absolutely. So we have existing JORC-compliant resources in Western Australia with cobalt and nickel laterite. So we've got around 20 million tonnes of resources. As well as that, we are very much focused on exploration for new deposits. We've been looking for nickel sulfide deposits in the Fraser Range. We know there are high-value targets there. Previously, other discoveries have led to company making resources. And as well as that, we've recently undertaken a review of our Norseman project and found that the geology there is very prospective for palladium, and we have a number of exciting palladium drill hits in that location.
Yep, excellent. Okay, well, let's focus in on those palladium drill bits, and what's the news there with the Norseman project?
What we've got is a sulfide zone beneath the existing cobalt nickel resource. So for those people interested in geology, we have an ultramafic rock which has weathered on the surface to produce the resource that we have. Some of the drill holes that we've put down beneath the resource went through a sulfide zone with a good amount of palladium, platinum, copper, and nickel. So really anomalous results. And we can trace that sulfide zone along strike. At the moment, we've only got 2 drill holes into that area. We know that it extends for around 50 meters and that it increases in grade as we go back towards our target zone. So we've got 20 to 30 meters, about half a gram palladium. The highest grade within that is around 3 meters at 1 gram. It's not all grade, but it's a fantastic start and is telling us that the area is really prospective. As well as that, we have another zone to the south where we have intersected a wide low-grade zone, around 70 meters of 0.2 grams palladium. It's again telling us that we have the correct rocks in the area for the development of palladium mineralization. And we are very much hope that it is high enough grade in some areas to end up creating a resource.
Excellent. And am I right in thinking that this kind of mineralization is actually quite rare? So you've got a really good asset here in that respect.
Very much so, and particularly in Western Australia, it's a great place to be mining and exploring. So if we are able to establish a palladium resource here, it means that we can go through the development phase much easier than other high-risk jurisdictions that might have similar resources. The closest thing that we can see to it is actually the Lac des Îles mine in Canada, where they have been mining high-grade palladium for some time. Our palladium-platinum ratios are very similar to theirs. It's a similar type of rock unit, and we'd be very happy if we're able to find something similar to what they are mining at that location.
Yep, and of course, platinum and palladium, increasingly more important in the global push for decarbonisation. These are essentially greener metals, aren't they?
Yes, these are very much green metals. I mentioned we already have a cobalt nickel resource. We are operating in that space already. So palladium and the green metal theme is something we've been on for some time. We're very much hoping to make a nickel sulfide discovery in the Fraser Range in the next drilling we've got coming up. So the palladium for us really fits with our overall strategy to focus on those metals which are going to be of increasing value in the future.
Yep, certainly. Okay, let's come to Fraser Range then. Take us through the update on your nickel and other targets there.
Fraser Range is a great place to be exploring. I've been working in that area over the past 10 years. more recently with Galileo over the past 2.5 years in the Fraser Range. I know the area quite well. Previously, we've been involved with other discoveries in that region. And what we've got is an outstanding drill target, which has been developed over the past 18 months. So we've completed some early stage shallow drilling. We've done a lot of geophysics, which is critical for this area because we are exploring undercover. We have a large scale electromagnetic anomaly, which is just telling us that there is some rock unit in the ground which is causing the electric current when we put it through the ground to get trapped. And one of the rock units that does that is, of course, nickel-copper sulfide. That's very much what we're hoping is the anomaly we will be targeting when we start drilling. There are a number of other causes of those sorts of anomalies, but we are hopeful that it will be a sulfide body and that it will contain a lot of nickel and copper. So it's a great target. We're very much looking forward to drilling it, and we expect that drilling will start in mid-June.
Mid-June, excellent. Looking forward to seeing the results of that. And I think you touched on it before, but within the Fraser Range region, investors should take note that there are other discoveries that have within these resources that have proven that it's a great area to be drilling for large deposits here.
That's right. So the Nova mine, which is currently operating, was discovered in 2012. And within 3 years, the company that discovered that mine was taken over in a $1.8 billion transaction. So very high value discoveries. Since that time, there have been another discovery at the Silver Knight deposit, which is privately owned. And then more recently, we've seen another company, an ASX listed company called Legend Mining, which is immediately a long strike from us. They have some excellent early stage indicators. And I think the last time I checked, their market cap was around 350 million Australian. So our market cap travels between 30 and 50 million. And on the back of a significant intersection, I think we'd expect to see a very quick re-rating in our stock.
Yep, absolutely. Eagerly looking forward to the drilling program there in June. And just for the investors that are tuning in around the world in Europe and North America, how is the environment at the moment in Western Australia? Things have been pretty smooth running operationally during this pandemic run.
We've been incredibly fortunate in Australia, and perhaps even more so in Western Australia. We have had very minimal impact for projects within Western Australia. We've had access to the ground. In fact, there's a boom going on in Western Australia. The iron ore price is very high, so that means there's a lot of mining activity going on. The gold price is good, the nickel price is good. There's a huge interest in exploration, and there's a lot of works going on.
And just on that note, Western Australia is certainly becoming a bit of a bellwether with regards to these types of metals that you're discovering here in terms of the base metals and the transition metals that are going to lead to this energy transition and feed into the electric vehicles and infrastructure as such.
You're right. There's a huge amount of government support for the transition to these metals over the future. So we have a lot of lithium in Western Australia. We've been historically a very large nickel producer. And there are, to my mind, a number of nickel deposits that will be found in the next few years as well, because there's a lot of exploration going into those areas at the moment. So with the palladium we've got at Norseman and some of the other palladium discoveries that have been made recently in Western Australia, I think that's another metal that will become part of Western Australia's focus on the green metals for the future.
Excellent, great stuff. Well, Brad, thank you. It's really good to have an update on Galileo and the two main assets, and we wish you well for this busy period coming up and look forward to an update on the projects further down the line this year.
Thanks very much, Adam, and I hope we can deliver some success and before we speak next.